Have you realized yet the dopamine hit that we get when we get female attraction? Do you feel that? Do you feel that rush, that excitement? Now, the mind's going to justify and say, but I'm a man, this is normal, this is natural. Yeah, that's true. But I'm just asking to look and feel how that feels when you start getting attention from a girl. Does it make you want to do it again and again and again? You see, how many girls can I get to look at me? Okay, she looked at me on a scale from 1 to 10. Let's say she's a 7. I want to get an 8. Can I get an 8 to look at me? What about a 9? What about a movie star girl? Can I get her to look at me? This can become a major obsession of the mind. And do you pay attention to how that can create restlessness and anxiety and fuel that habit? You're fueling a habit that's just causing you more anxiety. Sure, it's fun. Everything's duality. There's negative and positive. But at some point, you might find the negative outweighs the positive. You might find that restlessness is like, man, I'm just restless all the time. I can't go outside now without wondering, like, if I see a girl, if she thinks I'm interested, or if she's interested in me. I can't pass by a girl without wondering, like, does she think I'm all right? I'm going to look at her. I'm going to check her. Let's see her eyes. I'm passing her. She's over there. I'm walking towards her. I'm going to watch her to see if she validates me on some level. It's not because I'm looking at her like I'm looking at nature or something. I'm like, oh, this is nice. No, that's neutral. See, if you're looking at something and just appreciating it, that's okay. That's where we're trying to get to. Is that what you're doing? Or are you looking at her and wanting some validation on some subtle level? You got to do this introspection and see. It's not about guilt or shame. I'm not about that. I'm saying just look at what's going on. What are we going to do? Just pretend, just keep everything in the closet and not look at nothing? Just look at it. You still do it, but look at it. That's the beginning of transcendence, when we start to become aware of our habits and our tendencies, especially the subtle ones. This is more subtle. People don't want to look at that. And it activates, pay attention how that activates the lust instinct. When we start trying to get too much attraction from women, it activates this whole sexual instinct, that which we're trying to be free of, at least the excessive part of it. You don't want to, I'm not saying become a monk or a celibate. I'm saying just be free of those overpowering tendencies that just create restlessness. There's no, I was going to say there's no positive. The only positive is a temporary hit of euphoria. That's it. And then in the imagination and self-talk that you tell yourself about yourself because, ooh, she looked at me. Must be all right. Okay. Is that positive though? It just lasts for a second. Then you need to repeat it and do it again. And that dopamine hit that we get from this subtle lust and from being obsessed with female attraction, that it's like, what's worse? That, or if you just do, a quick session of PMO and lose all your energy, and then you're just like, I don't even care to look at a girl. What's better? I'd have to say the PMO's the worst, but the edging, depending on the frequency of how much you do it, that can actually become, it's a different kind of poison. It can actually become more damaging in the long run. It's like the PMO is like a quick, let's say a quick hit to the nervous system, like a power punch. This subtle lusting is like somebody just keeps jabbing you, just over and over and over again. So what's better? Is it better just to get knocked out and recover? Or is it just better to get constantly jabbed? Maybe that can do more damage. Look, they're both a problem, all right? Can't get into this, like, a debate of like what's worse. You want to transcend both. Transcending PMO is easier though for most people. We got to start somewhere. I keep trying to tell people because they get all bent out of shape about this. Like, man, I can't quit edging, It's cool. Like, you'll quit when you quit. It's a process. You don't unwind and undo biology overnight just because you watched a video and you believe what they're saying, that they're saying like you'll be in a higher version of yourself if you stop doing this stuff. Just because you believe that and want to do that don't mean you can just do it. It might take a little time. I keep wanting to drive that point home because the mind's really slick and clever. It'll say, this is too hard, you might as well just go act out. Is that what you know, if somebody's studying or practicing, they want to beat the mile record time in the Olympics. I don't know, the mile record is like 3:43. It used to be. Maybe somebody beat it. That's fast though, Jesus. I could only run, my best time was like 5:52, and I thought that was good. So let's say somebody's running it, they're at 4 minutes now. And then each year, maybe they can only cut a second or two off their time. Are they just going to give up and be like, man, I can't beat this? Or you just keep going. That's why I say you spend your whole life, dedicate your life to trying to transcend this. If you don't make it, cool, no problem, you tried. This is the highest attitude, because then when you have that attitude, the mind has no space to try to talk you in to this self-manipulative tactic to get you to go act out again, because you've already declared. You're like, I'm not giving up. I'm trying as hard as I can, and if I don't make it, that's cool. There's space for mistakes. What's the mind going to do then? How's it going to get you? It can't. So you keep going, and at some point the growth becomes exponential. You don't know when that is. Grace takes over and does for you what you can't do for yourself. What your mind doesn't have the power to do, grace will do that. We don't know when that's going to happen though. That's why they say don't quit 5 minutes before the miracle. We don't know when the miracle is happening. That's why we just keep going. You trust that by your efforts, you're going to get rewarded for that. In your heart, you want to be free. The universe supports freedom. You have to have that faith. It supports that. Now the mind might say, well, yeah, but you're trying and you're not free yet. You see, don't believe that voice. We don't understand the inner workings of this process and this unwinding thing. It's too deep. But something you don't need to understand it. You trust that God or the universe is with you, and it's supporting this, and at the perfect time, you're going to be free, and that's it. And then you enjoy the whole female attraction game. Not game, but you enjoy the creation of a female. That's what you do. So it's poisonous on one level, but it's medicinal on another level, the female energy. But we got to have the right perception so that we get the right download. Are we downloading poison or are we downloading medicine? This is the thing. The female energy itself, it's innocent, it's pure. Even if the mind that's wearing the female energy, if she tries to use it to manipulate you, that's up to you if you get caught up in that. But I'm talking about the core essence of the female energy, it's pure. So I've said before, it's not the right thing to do to just say, female energy is poison, I'm not going to even look at it anymore. It's not that either. You grow, you transcend, you become free of the obsessive need for female attraction and energy. You're free from the obsessive need for it, but you appreciate it. That's the paradox. This is what the channel's for. All right, see you.